You're listening to the Captain Jack Sports Show on Northeast Streaming Sports.
All right, everybody, how you doing? This is Captain Jack here. Let me get my screen squared away. There we go. And I wanna thank everybody that is tuned in right now. This is another episode of You Don't Know Jack About Sports until you're watching this show with me. So thank you for being here as well. I want to give thanks again to my folks over at Northeast Streaming Sports. As you can see, I made sure that I got that promo in for them as well. And I love the very deep voice of Mac from the Mac and Jack show. You know, when he was saying, hey, you're listening to the Captain Jack show. You gotta love that deep voice that's going on there. I got a buddy that works over in the radio industry in Orlando, and we called him the voice. And hopefully I'll get him on here with me as well. Actually, one good thing about that is that he is a Giants fan. So I know that he will get along swimmingly with our next guest. Actually, our next guest is going to be our first guest. And I'm going to pop him in here right now because as soon as I can get I'm trying to get this. There we go. I was trying to get this squared away. And you know what? If LPG, if you don't want to be over on my side, you know, because this way, you know, I moved you so that you don't have to say, why the hell am I on the Raider guy's side? You are here, folks. I want to introduce everybody to license plate guy, otherwise known as Joe Ruback. Did I get that correct again, Joe? I got it right. And the reason why I'm having Joe start this show is, again, I had a fantastic time meeting him with the Elite Superfan show that I do with Fred Kilmartin. And by the way, we will be doing that when the season starts. We will be doing shows about the draft. And I tell you, I just have this nice kindred spirit with Joe. I have a great kindred spirit with Jamie, who's an Eagles fan, or otherwise known as an Eagles fan. Let me say that correctly the first time. And it's one of those things where you just pop the popcorn and get Joe and Jamie on screen at the same time, talking Giants and Eagles football for the NFC East. And I'm being kind. I didn't put an L in front of the East. I actually said NFC East. So without further ado, I want to introduce everybody again to a really great guy who's really obviously a devout Giants fan. I will get you on with Edgar as well. He does have that wonderful voice, so hopefully we'll have him on for a show sometime as well. Joe, the floor is yours. A bunch of people, hopefully in Raider Nation, are going to be introduced to you for the first time, and I can't wait to show you around Raider Nation when the Raiders come and go to New York this next year. Not COVID-20, so hopefully I will be making an appearance out there. Joe, how are you doing tonight, sir?
What's up, my friend? Thanks for having me on, man. It's an honor, to be honest with you. So I appreciate being on with you and with Raider Nation. And I got one bone to pick with you already.
Yes, sir.
So you put my butt in backstage. You make me watch this whole thing that your elaborate freaking thing in the beginning, and I got to see Jamie's face. So you put me backstage on purpose. I can't say anything, and Jamie's face comes up.
No. Now you have
Jamie, the Eagles' face comes up already.
I understand that, but he is part of the Northeast Streaming Sports Network.
As he is.
Yes, as the Philly guy. So all of those programs that are there.
How do I start the petition to get him off of the air like that? How do I start to get rid of him? Is that something that I could do? Because I'm going to do it.
You'll probably have an easier time getting free food at a Chinese restaurant. And I know I'm probably going to get people saying that that's a bad. I can't say that. I can't say that anymore. That used to be one of my go-tos.
No, you can't say anything. Yeah. I will tell you something funny. Since I'm on with Raider Nation, so I forgot when did the Giants go there? I think a few years ago now. You know what game it was for me?
Yes,
it was a very, very difficult game for me. You know why?
Because Eli wasn't playing.
Correct. So there's a few things that happened when I was out there. First of all, Raider Nation, your parking lot, holy cow. Okay, first of all, it was amazing. I had an amazing time. Now, look, for those of you that don't know it, and again, I don't expect you to, I was doing this long before I ever became license plate guy, but this coming up will be my 21st year going to every game, home and away. And last year, COVID year, I still managed to get 5 games in. However many games I was allowed to go to, I went, and it was 5. So I'm getting an asterisk for my 20th year, and I'm taking it. So yeah. With that said, I go to Raider Nation, and I've been to every stadium a billion times. Your parking lot, oh my God, it's like they put you in there. God forbid you have to walk down one of the aisles. You're dead meat. You better not have any other colors on than silver and black. And I love that. I love the passion of Raider Nation. I'm not going to say our fan base, New York Giant fan base, is incredible. We have some of the best fans in the world. But holy cow, your parking lot was amazing.
And I tell you, it's unfortunate, but that's actually one of the things that is gone. Because one thing that they have done or will do in Vegas, and obviously we only had a very small portion of figuring out what's going to be going on in Vegas, but the times of the tailgate immediately around the stadium, that's gone.
That's amazing. That's amazing to me, and you are going to miss it because you guys got it in good. As a matter of fact, I guess I was right near an entrance where you walk up kind of a not a staircase, but a ramp up to where you get your ticket. So that's where I hung out. So I was in the deep part of where everybody is. And I got to tell you guys made me feel quite at home. I mean, after the shout outs and after the cursing, I mean, we got along with everybody. No, no, no. On my part. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It was awesome. I'm totally gonna miss that place. I really am. And I, like I said before, I think the Raider Nation, your fan base is just tremendous. I can't wait to see that stadium out in Vegas. Can't wait.
Yeah. Well, again, I have provided. Okay, let me say this, Joe. If I'm alive in 4 years,
stop it.
If I'm alive in 4 years,
in 4 years, what?
Then I have 2 seats for season tickets in Vegas, and I know this year we're going to New York, but I want to make sure that I bring my brethren, the people that I love to be with. And you got long hair like a girl I would probably want to hang out with, but I know that you've got and you are blonde, so that would be a nice thing as well. But if I get a chance to, you're gonna be my date, so to speak.
That's what I'm talking. You know what? I might even let you wear a license plate just for that. I might even let you wear it.
Oh,
it depends.
Okay.
It depends. You know what's funny? I actually was really looking forward to going to the Rams stadium this year, and COVID, they didn't allow fans. But magically, the way the NFL is set up, the Giants are going back to the Rams next year. So I get to go this coming year, which is very awkward. That doesn't really happen too much. But I get to go again.
A lot. Yeah, not a lot. But actually, one thing I want to keep this on here, because apparently now Logan, and hopefully we'll hear from Logan later on. Logan lives in Vegas, and he went on one of the stadium tours today. And thank you for putting this up, Logan. Apparently there's going to be large lots around the stadium, so there will be kind of like a bunch of maybe like mini tailgates. And they had that when I went to Minnesota. There was like little parking lots around Minnesota. You've been to Minnesota, right, Joe?
Are you talking about the new stadium?
Yeah, the new stadium in Minnesota.
You're right. I mean, because it's in the city where you could park on the street, and you're right. The tailgating is a little far back. You get to go to the stadium, and again, you and I are talking about mini right now. You get to go to where you can hang out around the stadium, but not near your parking, not near your car, not near your grill.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what Vegas is doing. So you're not going to be right around.
Maybe. Well, I know the immediate area around the stadium, they said there will be no tailgating. The only exception to that is they have, of course, it's like maybe a $500 a pop per person, where you get a hot dog, a beer, and a brat,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
For the VIPs, and they kind of had that. They were pushing that there.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if that's what's going to be going on. Hey, we got Oscar Toledo in the house as well from my boy, the Bocadilla. So you got Oscar here, and you got a Bocadilla in the corner as well. So again, welcome in as well, Oscar. Good to see you. But like I said, I'm looking forward to hanging out with you in New York. So when that becomes available, and I don't like cold weather, but to get a chance to hang out with you with Giants. And I've said this to you, Joe, and I guarantee you, I'm not lying to you. I love Giant fans a hell of a lot more than I like Jet fans.
It's funny. Giants and Jets. So look, first of all, I don't know about anybody else, but I completely don't like sharing a stadium. I just don't understand it. We come from such a large market, and here we are building a $1 billion stadium, which, by the way, we built that stadium right before the real stadiums came out, which totally bothers me. We built this thing, and now you guys are building what you're building. The Rams built with it. We can't even compare, so that already upsets me. And now we have to share it. Like the Jets should have been, I don't know, in the city somewhere. The weird thing about Giants and Jet fans, and the reason why you probably like Giant fans a little better is, look, Giant fans are a little older. They're more set in their ways as far as, brought down from their grandfathers to their fathers, or their grandmothers to their mothers, and this and that. So it's just this deep deep heritage into fandom. The Jet fans are younger, more obnoxious, and so I agree. Giant fans are a heck of a lot better than Jet fans.
Yeah, and Danny's been here a while. Oh, by the way, folks, I am going to tell you this. If you are watching on Facebook, please come over to YouTube. Come over to my YouTube channel. It's Cap. In fact, I'll write it. I should have done this already. I'm going to write it down. But it's good. Oh, I'm live in the UK too. So there you go. And again, that's part of being on Northeast Streaming Sports, and it's definitely a pleasure to be on there with. And again, now I will say this though, if it wasn't for Jamie, I wouldn't be on Northeast Streaming Sports, because I saw Jamie on one of their shows, and I said, wow, and I was talking with Mac and Jack, and I got a chance to introduce myself, and I was given an invite because they liked what I put on. So again, if it wasn't for Jamie, I wouldn't be here. So
it's funny, the banter back and forth, especially between Giants and Eagle fans. Look, the bottom line at the end of the day, we're all fans, and your fandom for one is another fandom for the other. Jamie's actually a really cool dude.
Oh yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah, he's, like I said, if it wasn't for Jamie and Violator and Cutie Hawk, I wouldn't have gotten out of the house for the Super Bowl, because they would.
That's pretty good. They got to. I'm glad they did. I'm glad. That's awesome.
Yeah. So and Billy Flores has already invited us to in Chicago. Hey, Billy, I'm going to be there. I will be there, and well, again, providing the Captain Jack is making oxygen or making carbon dioxide out of oxygen, I will go and meet all these wonderful people.
So, Billy, that's another. It's funny. That's kind of another place, Jack, that you could talk about the tailgate situation, because you also don't park very close to that stadium as well. I found some garage like 4 blocks away where, because you can't get right next to it. So I know I'm down with that tailgate too, Billy. Let me know.
There you go. So yeah, well, hey Billy, like I said, get with Joe LPG, and we're live. We're live in the UK, so I'm glad to see that. One of the other good things about being on Streaming Sports. And I wanted to say this as well, because I've already been asked the question. I have not given away all of the things for the giveaway for Captain Jack's treasure chest, mostly for Raider fans, but there is some think about that as well. And John disagrees. Okay.
I actually was just reading that. Hey, John. So I actually like what he wrote here. It's true that when when any fan wins a Super Bowl and then 4 years later wins another one, I guess you tend to be a little bit obnoxious. Oh yeah, what's the deal? Why didn't we win one the next 4 years? So I understand that, but I guarantee you, John, the most of the fans that you're talking about, probably, especially after they won in 2000 and 2011, I guarantee you they're a little younger. So if you're talking probably anywhere between 20s and 30s, if not younger than that, because Giant fans right now who are 20 years old, they don't know any part of winning, which is kind of funny. It sucks, actually, because the last time it happened was 2011. So what were they, 10? You know what I'm saying? And even worse, the only winning season we had was 2016, 11-5, and then we stunk in the playoffs. So I'm thinking that it's the younger people that think, oh, we won a couple, that's it, we should be moving on. But I like his point. I like when people come at me with some stuff. The Jets are the Giants' little brother. Don't be too hard on him. It will always be a blue town. The Jets will always be the little brother. Every time we play them, something happens. Victor Cruz's 99 yards. Something always happens. So I love that, and I appreciate that. That's a good comment, though, John. I appreciate it. Keep that coming.
There you go. And again, we are here with LPG, license plate guy, and he even said maybe I can wear a license plate with maybe with wearing license plate. Now, Joe, I am going to get to other folks, but before I do, I want you to give me what is your number one topic for discussion tonight that you want to talk about here amongst again. It is the You Don't Know Jack About Sports, where obviously the callers and the viewers get a chance to come in. What's on your mind tonight? What's your burning sports questions?
Yeah,
or
you know what?
tonight?
I'm gonna take a different approach tonight.
Okay.
I'm sure that we're not the only fan base that does this, but mine is more a complaint.
Okay.
As soon as somebody is a free agent, there's already 55 memes and edits of them in your uniform. And I can't stand that because, you know, you're either going to get tagged, transition, regular tag, or whatever. Now, look, that's part of being a fandom. But I want to talk about what's more important. Do you start talking about the draft or do you talk about free agency first? Because who you want in the draft, your team will dictate that in free agency. I want to talk about both.
Yeah. Go ahead. Because again, as you said it, since free agency is first, right?
Correct.
And see, that's the thing that people forget. Well, we're going to get this guy and this guy and this guy in the draft. Well, you might already sign two of your three priorities in free agency. And then when it comes time to the draft, now, unless you go, and I'm going to move my camera so I'm a little bit more in screen here. Unless you go BPA, best player available.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't do that. They go for need and they stretch, okay?
Yeah.
So they get what they want in free agency, but then in the draft, instead of going best player available, they go a stretch. They say, okay, well, we need this position. This guy is available, and let's go. And a lot of times when you do that, and I'm loving this, the Islanders are beating the crap out of the Bruins. I guess
I saw that. I just saw that too.
So there you go. I mean, so I like to think that even if you have a plan,
Ray Moore is right.
In free agency, what was that?
Ray Moore is right.
Yeah, there you go. And there you go. And thank again, Logan is. I tell you, and that's why I gave Logan an invite. Hopefully he'll come on here as well. But it dictates what you do, but not necessarily just because you pick up these people in free agency doesn't mean that you can't get those guys. And Evan Ingram, apparently, that's one of your guys, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me tell you something. That is such a difficult topic because Evan Ingram, who single-handedly cost the Giants a few games. I don't know, but I am a realistic fan, but I'm a complete homer, and I don't care. That's just the way I am. If you're wearing, what'd you say?
Speaking of homer,
speaking of homer, if you wear Big Blue, I'm gonna root for you. I never understood the fan that has such disdain for a player on their team because there's nothing you could do about it until he's not on your team.
Right.
Now, with that said, Evan Ingram literally cost the Giants a few games, including against the Eagles. You know, he's targeted 6 times and six interceptions off of that. So, or a fumble. So 6 turnovers, very bad, very bad. And then after being mocked the entire year, he made the Pro Bowl. So it's mind-boggling. Hey, I have a question for you. And I don't want to sit here and I know exactly what's going on in Raider Nation.
Okay.
What's the deal? What's the deal with Carr? Is he loved? Is he loved or is he not loved? Honestly.
And you have the right guy. You have the right guy there as well. And it's this guy, it's Raider Homer. Because Raider Homer is a very big Derek Carr fan. And most of the people are, but also I shouldn't say most, I think it's split about 50-50. A lot of people really can't stand Derek Carr because his stats, and then he says, well, he's got all these stats, but he doesn't win. And then there are people that realize that Derek Carr doesn't play defense.
Right. So Jack, let me ask you a question. So I'm going with you. By the way, Don, you're right. So Raider Homer, I love it. That's my quarterback. That's my line right there, and I freaking love that he said that, because what are you gonna do? You're gonna get rid of him and go with Mariota, who you tried to get rid of as well.
I don't think Mariota's gonna be there. I think
no, he won't. He won't. But here's the people, and I'm with Raider. I'm with Raider on this one. Here's my burning. I can't believe this. It's just like when I went out to you guys and Geno Smith started for Eli Manning, which was the worst freaking thing in the world, because the Giants had drafted a quarterback, okay, Davis Webb. I'm not saying Davis Webb was good, because he wasn't. But the point is, you start a quarterback who you know is not going to be your future. If anything, you want to sit Eli Manning and his Iron Man streak, put Davis Webb in. So when the point I'm saying, and just like Raider Homer is saying, he is your quarterback until he's not.
I agree with that. I agree. And I tell Homer this. I said, I'm not a car lover. I'm not a car hater. I look at things analytically, because that's what I do for a living when I'm not here in the house, right? I look at things analytically, and I say he's a damn good quarterback, but he doesn't play defense.
Yep.
But, and we could, until you figure out somebody that's going to be better than him.
Yes.
I'll take Carr as my quarterback, but you got to have a defense to back him up.
Man, I love this conversation. It takes me back a few years. I don't have it anymore because of Eli Manning being gone. I'm going to have the same conversation with people that don't like Daniel Jones. He's your quarterback until he's not. Give me somebody better, and then we'll talk. But until then, root for your quarterback.
Hey, Joe, check your mic, partner, because it got a little scratchy.
That's because I'm screaming.
Oh, okay. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. And we got Steve Chirinos in the house, a Dolphins fan, and hopefully we'll see him as well. That's Thor's hammer. There you go. There you go. And and Homer calls me a fence. It's a fence sitter, Homer.
Oh, a fence sitter. Yes, a fence sitter.
It's not a fence sitter, or not a fence walker. You sound like I'm a white walker, like I should be on that HBO show. Okay,
that's hilarious.
And even Oso said Carr doesn't play defense.
Look. I have one question for you.
Yes, sir.
Can Carr lead you to the promised land? Yes or no?
With the defense, yes, he can.
All right. Well, there it is. Then you push all your chips to the middle. And you say, let's go, Carr. Let me give you some more pieces that you need, which, by the way, every single team needs pieces. It's so funny. It's like, why are we not in the Super Bowl? Because we don't have the pieces. And it takes a while to build that, whether you're going to do it through free agency or the draft.
Right. And again, now I tell you what, we're gonna have, and again, if you do want to call in, let me get this on. Okay. I'm going to make sure I got that. You can call in and be a part of the show. If you want to be a part of the show on screen, and I did push that out to a bunch of people, and I'm very happy to say that afterwards after Joe LPG, we're gonna have Mob Boss on and Raider Screen, because they are sitting backstage. And thank you guys for being here with us. But I wanted to introduce LPG to Raider Nation, because he's a fantastic guy, and as you can see, we have a lot of good debates and good stuff in as well. So I appreciate that as well. So if you want to call in, the line is open, 813-699-0834. And Joe, like I said, so you were saying, what's your priority? Is it free agency or is it the draft?
So that's a great question. I don't know if we have some Giant fans listening right now, but
well, Danny Binoche is, so at least
yes, I know Danny. I know Danny. He comes on all the time. But here's the deal: unless you can give Daniel Jones some weapons, nothing's going to happen. So in free agency, the Giants must look for a big body wide receiver like an Allen Robinson, who I don't believe is going to come to the Giants because he wants to win a ring right now. Maybe it's a Galladay from the Lions, who's not going to go to the Giants because he's going to get tagged. Maybe it's a Godwin from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who's not coming to the Giants because he's going to stay in Tampa Bay. So, you keep going down the list. But unless the Giants figure something out in free agency wide receiver wise, then in the draft, which here Jamie is, he's going to be in my nightmares for I can't tell you how long, because they're probably going to take Jamar Chase, who I want.
Mm-hmm.
They can have the Heisman Trophy winner in Devonta Smith. I don't want him. I think he's too thin and will be broken in the NFL. That's just my opinion. So the Giants must do free agency wide receiver, and then maybe in the draft go wide receiver or go edge rusher, okay, or someone, or Pitts from Florida, okay, whatever.
Pitts would be fantastic. Pitts would be fan. Oh, wait a second here.
What do you got? What do you got from Pitts?
Pitts would be a fantastic player to pick up.
Pitts is going to change somebody's offense immediately.
There you go.
They really are.
And folks, again, I thank LPG for being here. I'd have him on all night, but I want to make sure I get other people in here. And thank you for being here starting up too as well.
I love it. And I'll come on anytime you need. I got two things to say before I go.
Yes, sir.
One is to what's that guy's name again? Ken Johnson. What do they call him in Buffalo? They call him something. He's a super fan. I forgot what it is, but his name is Ken Johnson. He's more crazy than I am. He's in his 26th year of every single game home and away.
Nice.
He's the only person I know that does that like me, which is incredible. But I wanted to bring him up because and he's for the Buffalo Bills because he had open heart surgery.
Ooh.
So I think he's home resting, and I don't know whether he's watching or not. Probably not. Maybe somebody will tell him. But as super fans or as fans around the NFL, we stick together. So I want to wish him good well wishes, and I definitely want to say congratulations to your boy, okay, the winner of the Ford Hall of Fame.
Violated.
Yeah, I mean, kudos to him. I love that. I didn't even know about those things until I started hanging around with guys like you. I've been doing all these things for so many years, and I didn't know about any of this. So I love being part of the family.
Well, again, Joe or LPG, thank you for being here. Standing invite, like I said, I wanted to introduce you to my family pretty much. And again, it's not only just Raider Nation in here, but like I said, I got some people. Like I said, one of my buddies, like I said, Steve's a Finns guy. We got my buddy Rob Bigler, who is a Kansas City guy, who I wanted to have on the show, but he couldn't get in there. So again, it's not just Raider Nation in here, but I wanted to introduce you to my extended family of Raider Nation. And again, anytime I have a show, you are always cordially invited. I want to make sure that I got you on first.
I love it. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, everybody. And anytime you need, I'm here, baby. Raider Nation.
You got it. And I'm going to get us on a 3-screen because, again, I wanted to make sure that I had. Did I get you on too early, Mob?
No, I'm ready for you, man. I'm ready for you. And actually, I wish you'd have got me on a little bit earlier because LBG is hitting some points, and I'm sitting back here like freaking out, like I want to say something about this car shit. So, sorry.
That's why I can't cuss. But I'm trying not to. But car stuff.
Because I'm kind of like you, how you feel about the same thing. Fence sitter, call me what you want, whatever. But until we make a change, he is our quarterback. We're gonna ride with him. But have I been frustrated with Carr? Absolutely. Yes. Have I been frustrated with our defense? Absolutely. So, but until we make a change and somebody else is behind the center, Carr is our quarterback, and we have to support him.
And I just don't understand the fans that will jump on their social. This is just me. I just don't understand how they jump on their social media and crush a guy when he ain't going anywhere.
He ain't going nowhere because, like you were saying, here we are a couple days in a free agency, and just today they put out the fact that Wilson's agent put out that you know, the Raiders are on his list, right? We know good and well Wilson is not coming to the Raiders.
You're
so
right.
why are we jumping on this bandwagon and people, oh, well, we're going to give up 2 first-round draft picks and we're going to get them. But we know it's not going to happen, so leave it alone.
This is
the worst part of the season.
And then you turn up your social media and you got the edit of him in a Raider uniform for 5 straight pictures.
Right. And this is, I really, really hate free agency this part of the year because this happens so much and people get so tied up in the media hype of who possibly could come and all of this kind of stuff. And then they never show up. And so you've exhausted a lot of energy into something that most of us already know is not going to happen. So I'm a realist. I know what it is. I know what, you know, the games that are played as far as management trying to get better contracts for their player and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, they're going to throw out those names and, they're going to throw out the Raiders. But the Raiders are on everybody's list. They always You know what? I'm not. If you're a true Raider fan, you've been around the nation long enough. You've seen it time and time again. So stop falling for the BS that you see on the internet and everything like that, and just stick with who we got until we make a change.
Now, I want to make an announcement. I am going to be playing quarterback for both the Las Vegas Raiders and the Seattle Seahawks next year. I've already put it out there. I am so awesome. I'm going to play quarterback, and they're just going to have to schedule the games, again around each other. But I'm like Superman, so I'm going to fly through the air after I'm done with the one game, and I'm going to get into and be the quarterback for the Seahawks as well. So they're
okay, Dion.
Now
Dion,
you just watch. In about 15 minutes, there's going to be a meme with you in a Raider jersey.
That's so true, man. Hey, with that said, though, there are youngins out there that are good with that edit, and if they want to do that, I guess that's part of fandom. I just don't like it either. But I guess you could fandom the way you fan, and that's it.
That's all you could do, and Jack always gets me in these controversies before the season, and he does this all the time to me. Kev, my boss, what do you think about this, or what do you think about this? And all of this kind of stuff. And I always tell him, I do follow who's available, I do follow who's in the draft and all that kind of stuff. But until I see your name on a roster and see you in a jersey and see you performing on the field, you're not a Raider.
It's so true. Hey, but don't forget, don't you get the other ones that are on Twitter and Instagram that say so-and-so's going to be a Raider, and then the next one, so-and-so's going to be a Raider, and so-and-so's going to be shoot. If you get to the 25th person, you eventually going to be right.
Yeah, right. Yeah. you exactly it. Exactly
and then after the draft, you got 2 months, 6 months, 8 months. I told you he was going to be a Raider.
Yep. You hear it all the time, man.
I knew it all along.
And that's the funny part, because I've even seen people go as far as to go out and order these specially custom jerseys for players that never show up.
Hey, I'll tell you something funny when I want to talk right here. So I have a little addiction. So like I'm probably at 425. But wow. I will tell you about jerseys, I stopped many years ago buying player jerseys, and I just get my team jerseys.
Man, you are so much like me, because I do not. Jack can tell you, I wear jerseys all the time, but the only jerseys that I have that have players' name on them, they're already retired. They retired.
And probably in the Hall of Fame, right? Yeah.
I don't buy no jersey. Oh, we just drafted so-and-so, so run out of it. I don't do it. If you don't retire as a Raider, you'll never see me in it.
Now, Jack, that's funny because, all right, so we're all not young. We're not old, but we're not young. But we all remember when you used to get a player to play for your team, that once he became a Raider or became a Giant, he was yours for like 8-10 years,
right?
But now you're lucky if you get a second damn contract,
right? Absolutely,
and that's the problem with getting a jersey these days.
Yeah,
and that is why I call a certain player 50 who.
Yeah,
not 52, 50 who. And I have a lot of his jerseys that were bought for me, and I bought one, and I got the elites, the $300 ones. And I say I won't wear them while he's still in the NFL unless he pulls a Woodson. That's the only other way that I would do it. If he pulls a Woodson and comes back, or when he retires and then they become a old timers jersey, because the jersey is wonderful. And I keep all my jerseys. There are people that burn jerseys. They will burn.
That's another subject that we could spend an hour on.
Take the stitching off the back and make it another jersey.
Yep. Never burn a jersey, man. That's bad luck. But you guys know that's just attention. That's just to try to get Sports Center to pick it up and put it on their site. That's all. Yeah, you're right. Because it's crazy, man. That's a bad omen. You never anything to me, anything that says Raider on it, you better not burn it. I better not catch you burning it.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah. So again, I
believe that's one of the reasons the Raiders as an organization don't retire jerseys and they don't retire numbers, because they know that people are coming and going. They're interchangeable. So they never, even our greats, you know what I mean? I have a 24 jersey with 3 different names on it because 3 different players. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's just one of those things, man. So if like I say, if they don't leave out of the league as a Raider, you won't see me wearing that jersey with their name on it. I don't jump on the first draft pick and all of that kind of stuff, because 2 years down the line, they'll be somewhere else in the playoffs, and then I'll be pissed that I'm wearing their jersey.
That's right.
I mean, look, there are some players, like if you're picking in the top 10, your ass better, and you getting a jersey of someone like that, he better not be going nowhere. Or else you done messed up.
You would think, but it happens all the time with the Raiders, unfortunately.
True story.
Okay. Well, again, folks, my pleasure having Joe Ruback, a.k.a. LPG, license plate guy. I will be with Joe. Knock wood. Let me knock the wood here so people can hear it. Can you guys hear that? There you go. I will be with Joe this year in New York, and Joe will be hanging out with me if he can get out of the house to all the Raider Nation events. I will be taking him with us so we can take pictures of us all together. You will enjoy yourself, Joe. I guarantee you that.
No doubt. Thank you so much again.
I can't wait to meet you in person, and then you'll get to see that guy. That's the guy.
Go!
Right?
That's the guy.
You get to see that guy, but I can't wait to see you in person, man. It's been cool talking to you, listening to you, and getting to meet you a little bit backstage before I got on, man. God bless you, and God bless the Giants, man. And let's just get to the season.
Let's go. Hey,
let's go, baby.
Thanks, man.
Amen. All right, Joe, always a pleasure. Thanks again, sir. You take care. Now that's the way to start a show.
Oh, absolutely, man.
That's the way to start a show. So now, and since I had a 3-screen on, now I can put myself back. And you're not me, so I'm gonna move me over here again, because again I have to be where my Bocadillo is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to be right where your character is. I understand.
I got to be where, because you're listening. It says you're listening to the old Salty Pirate, and I'm there. So
yeah. There it is.
And I tell you what, Joe, if you're hanging out, and Sarah wants to see you as well, and Sarah's one. I love Sarah. By the way, Sarah, I wasn't able to say hi to you.
Hey, Sarah, I just seen you over the weekend. The past weekend, we had a blast, man. We had a blast over the past weekend. So good to see you.
Do you know that it's been a year? The last time I went out and did anything was last year. I went out with Jalitha and Sarah, and that group was
408 KOS, Knights of the Shield 408. Absolutely.
It's been a year, Mob. It's been a year.
Man, it's been a long time for all of us to be able to get out, due to this issue that's going around the country. But this past weekend was such an amazing honor to be a part of that weekend, and to see so many of my Raider brothers and sisters that we were, we've been isolated from over the past year or so. man, it was just an amazing, and that whole energy started coming back. You know, you started getting the chills as you seen the cars pull up and you seen certain people get out of the cars, and man, it was just so amazing. One of the pictures that was taken by the media, it shows a picture of me, and I'm just kind of staring at everybody. I was just soaking it all in, man, because it had been so long to be around those people, man, and I felt so good about it. So I was just kind of just staring, you know. I mean, I was just really like, all this stuff was going on around me, but I was like in a trance almost, like, and I started getting that feeling of being, you know, back in Oakland again, even though we're not going to return there. But that atmosphere and that feeling was back, and it was such an amazing weekend to see so many, you know, friendly faces and brothers and sisters that we have been away from, man. So I know you're itching. I know you're itching to get yourself back. And as soon as we can, I'm sure we're all going to get together, even in bigger fashions. But man, that was a perfect start to bringing us all back together. That was a perfect start this past weekend. Shout out to Tom Flores and the city of Sanger for hosting such a great event. And the mural is beautiful. The whole thing, the whole atmosphere was just great, man. Really great.
I got to make some comments. First off, Taco, use the number on the scroll 699-0834. Taco was calling me on my phone, and so if you want to get in, please call 813-699-0834. I'm talking to Fins Up Taco Chirinos. Great guy. And I want to say again, love to Sarah, and I love my lady Veronica. Veronica is my favorite 49er lady. She lives in Oakland, by the way, Mob. And I love
Bay Area.
I love this lady to death. So she is definitely my favorite Niner later. I love her to death. So Veronica, you can call in if ever need be. But again, Taco, please call 813-699-0834. Homer, I had it up for you as well. So. And see, we were saying Mob's getting emotional. I got to show
man,
that.
Come on, Homer. You know, when I talk about the Raiders, I get all, you know, oozy inside. That's the one thing that could get Mob all, you know, because I always have that kind of, you know, tough persona, I guess, with the mob boss, right? But man, talking about the Raiders and the family, the Raider family, man, I always get the butterflies and the tingly feeling, man. You know. Sometimes Black Ice wonders if I'm in love with the Raider Nation more than I'm in love with her, you know.
No.
And I have to reel it back in and say, no, babe, you're still number one, even above the Raiders.
There you go. And Mob, I want to introduce to the show. Hopefully we have him here. Steve Chaco, can you hear us, sir? Hang on. Hopefully, I know why. Hang on. Taco, can you hear us?
Yo.
There you go.
Yeah,
can you
hear me?
See, there you go. See, now it's like I can you hear him, Mom?
I can hear him. Yeah.
You hear me?
Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay, I hear the phone. Okay, Steve, I gotta wait. For some reason, hang on a second here. I gotta check the settings. The speaker on. That's why. Hang on here. Save that. All right, Taco, talk to me, brother.
Oh, man.
There we go.
Talking about the Raider Nation.
There you go. Well, Mob, you can hear him, correct?
Yes, I can hear.
Okay. Good. All right. So again, I want to welcome folks. This is Steve Taco Chirinos. He is a Dolphins fan, otherwise known as Taco. So I want to welcome him to the show as well. And again, so we got everybody in here tonight. I want everybody in here because it's always fun to have them as well. And again, I want to thank Bob for. I'm not kicking you out, Bob. I just want to make sure I get everybody up here.
Oh
as
man,
well.
No worries, man.
Yeah, but and Scream, you're going to be on next. But I want to give some love, like I said, to Steve Chirinos. Taco, tell the world about you and your fandom with those fish down in Miami.
No, man, it's amazing. You know, we did a good season. You know, we did 10-6. Surprising, you know. I was in shock. I wanted to go to the playoffs, but it happens. But next year, I think we'll be better. Next year, I think we'll have a chance to go. That's about it. Like, I love my fans. I love my family. I like the fans. When they come to Miami, you know, like they like to talk and everything. So I'm like, yeah. I just like to have fun. So hear the fans
Now,
around the world.
and I've been down there, and like I said, it's gotten a little ugly. I'll admit it. I'll admit it. In fact, Bob was with me, a couple years ago, and with Black Ice and me, and I had the Ms. Captain Raiderette was hanging around as well, who was dressed to the nines. So we were all dressed up, and it was a good game because that was the game that Marshawn ran over the Dolphins, but they didn't come back in the end. But like I said, Steve, you got the last laugh last year because why in the hell can you not stop a damn quarterback from throwing a pass 40 yards and then you rip his friggin' head? Oh my God. Oh my God.
It was shocking.
Frustrating.
I was watching the game. I'm like, I told myself during the second half, we're going to come back. We're going to come strong. We're going to win this game. And after that, 5 minutes later, there was a miracle. And then Fitzpatrick came in. I was like, oh, here we go. Here we go. Fitzpatrick might do some magic. And then he pulled it off. And it happened. I was like, wow, I feel bad for the Raiders. They pulled all that game on. They got the win. And then it came out of nowhere. I know you guys were like kind of sad or I don't know. It was crazy. That game was exciting. That was like the crazy and shock. It was like the miracle. Like against the Patriots. We didn't know. It was 7 seconds clock. Tannehill caught the ball. Threw it to Skills, throw to Parker, and then after we gave the Drake, and then we won the game. And that Fitzpatrick game, it was shocking. It was shocking, guys. I was like, wow, we won like this? No, we can't win like that. That was shocking. Nobody knows we was going to win that game. It was crazy.
That's it. So, again, while we got you on, and I got to ask, what are your feelings about all this talk about them trading Tua to Houston in order to get Deshaun Watson? I want to hear it from a Dolphin fan because that is obviously something that is very important to you. And I want to have Mob check in on this as well. Like you said, all this bluster, all this BS about, like today's date was Russell Wilson's going to be a Raider. No, he isn't. He's got a $39 million contract that if they trade him, that's going to count $39 million against the cap. Hello, people, stop smoking that stuff. I know you're in California, a lot of you. Okay. I know that it's medicinal, and I know it's legal in a lot of places. It's even legal here in Florida. Stop smoking it. Okay. He ain't going anywhere, but it is a possibility that Deshaun might come to Miami. So what are your feelings about that, sir?
For that, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of his. I know he plays ball. He knows the experience in the field and everything, but I mean, I don't see him coming to Miami. I was like, give Tua another shot. He already got experience from last year. And then that's about it. But I don't see Watson coming to Miami. I don't like seeing him coming to Miami. For a fan, no.
Okay.
I don't see him coming in.
By the way, I'm being very, very, I'm multi-sports tonight. I got my Flyer hockey hat on. I got my one of my older Captain Jack vests on, and I got the AAA affiliate of the Rays here. So I'm even doing minor league baseball here. So, I'm tripling it tonight. So there you go.
You're all over the place.
Just in case you guys were wondering why I don't have on because this is the off season. It's never the off season, but during this portion, and eventually one of these days, I'm going to start moving things around so you can see other sports behind me. I'm gonna do it, Mob. I'm gonna take things off the wall. I'm gonna put my baseball stuff up so people will say,
well, this is I call this the blended part of the year where you got baseball going on, you got basketball going on, you got hockey going on. There's so much going on, and then you got football talk as far as free agency. So this is the blended part of the year where you get a little. If you're a sports fan, you get a little bit of everything right about now.
That's right. That's right.
I want to see you guys show you like my room. I want to show you all my room. I got like everything. My room is like that with Dolphin stuff and everything. But I don't see myself on the screen.
Yeah.
Well, since we're talking to a Dolphins fan, I got a buddy out there, Mr. Finn Sticky, man. That's my buddy. And every time I come to Miami, he makes sure my boss is well taken care of and looked out after. And so shout out to him. I know he's been going through some things lately. So hey, if you're watching by chance or one of you Dolphin fans, get a message to him, tell him my boss said it, send some prayers and I love him and I'll talk to him or see him soon on the road or whatever. But I'm with you. Deshaun Watson ain't coming to Miami. He don't fit there.
No.
That's not even their style of football to have him there. So, and plus you just right now with all the quarterbacks that are out there, even Wilson and so on and so forth, all these talk, you're going to have to give up way too much for these guys. And a lot of teams are not ready to give up that kind of, stuff to get one person. So he doesn't fit there. It's an idea, it's a thought, but he don't fit there. That's not their style of football in Miami. So I wouldn't think that would be a good idea for Miami to even venture down that road.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's gonna be tough, but let's see what happens.
I was just say, Taco, I wanted to see for a Dolphins fan, and I appreciate you calling in the show. What is your number one priority in free agency, and what is your number one priority in the draft? If Taco is the general manager of the Dolphins, and by the way, I know Nat Moore. In fact, I really do have his card right here. Okay, I really do have, and he's the president of the Dolphins. Okay, Nat Moore, who played at Florida and was there. It's in here. It's in here somewhere. I swear I have his card, but. You're talking with Nat Moore, and you're saying, "Hey, Nat, this is what we need. This is what we need for the Dolphins. What's your number one that you want in free agency, and what's your number one that you want in the draft?"
I just want somebody who wants to play football as a quarterback, and then a wide receiver. I will look for a wide receiver and a quarterback to me.
Okay. Well, that's honest. That's honest. And again, like I said, Taco, we're definitely going to have you on for, like I said, ESF shows. I appreciate you coming in tonight as well, because I told you I would have you on, and that's why I made sure that I. And again, if we are going to be hanging out with other fans, which, like I said, Raider Nation sometimes gets a bad rap, and I keep telling them it's not us. It's not us. A lot of the crap you see. Unfortunately, and I'm not going to dime out my young lady, Miss Yim, who is a Niners fan, but if the shoe fits, honey, I'm just saying I get a lot of trouble over there. But Veronica is awesome, so I know it wouldn't be her, but there are some people that just, are not the best. But again, if we're hanging out with you, Taco, I appreciate it. Make sure you tell Luke and the other gorilla I said hello as well, sir.
Always. I love what you guys do. Just get your heads up, and then let's see what happens next year, and let's see what we can do.
You got it. Hey, thanks again there, Steve. You take care, brother.
All right, brother. Thank you.
All right. And again, that's Steve Taco Trinos making sure that we had, fins up represented. Veronica, I'm not saying it's you, honey. And again, yeah. And by the way, Mob, she made sure that you knew that she lives in Oakland. She's just not Bay Area.
Yeah,
She lives in Oakland.
There's for whatever reason I've met over the years quite a few Niner fans that actually live in Oakland, and I always wonder what happened to you. How is that possible? but it happens. It happens, man. That bridge, connects us all. So, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. So I got all the love for all these Oakland fans, and by the way, Veronica, my own mother is a diehard 49er fan. So I every year I try to get her to a Niner game, and I buy her a Niner jersey. That is the only Niner merchandise I will ever buy, but I do that for my mom once a year so that she stays up, because she's a diehard Niner fan. But on the flip side of it, she's also a Raider fan, right? Because my father was a diehard Raider fan. So for years, she kept it a secret that she was a Niner fan, because she grew up in San Francisco, right? But she kept it a secret because my dad was so diehard Raider, he didn't want to hear nothing about the Niners. So for years, she wasn't allowed to watch the Niners, and she kept her mouth shut out of respect for my dad. But then when my dad passed away, she told me, and she says, now, the one thing I want, son, is to go to a Niner game. I've never been able to go. So that's been my thing for my mom every year, is to get her to a Niner game, buy her a Niner jersey, and, kind of, because she is my mom still, even though she's on the other side, she's still my mom, and she still likes to root for us, and she watches the games and she looks to see if Mom Boss pops up on TV or something like that. So she still watches the Raiders, but she's a Niner fan. Scream, I see you, Scream.
Hey, Scream. Now, I got you on mute right now because your microphone is loud AF. And that's not, and that is loud as Fonzie.
Not talking, laughing. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And we got Jason Dean on, and we got Scream on. We got Mob Boss here. I wanted to make sure that I got us all on screen because they were waiting backstage patiently, saying like, "Jay, will you shut the F up so I can get you on screen?" So I got us a 4-screen with me, and I'm going to shut up for a little bit. I got Mob Boss in here. I got Jason Dean, aka, because he's not wearing his getup right now, he is Jason Dean Hunter, and I got Raider Scream. Gentlemen, always great to have you on here as well. So thank you for being here. Always a pleasure. How you guys doing tonight?
Not too bad. What's up, y'all? My boss. Much love and respect.
What's going on, my brother?
The patch is on its way to you in the mail.
Hey, you got it, bro. I can't wait. I try to make sure I represent everybody that sends me a little something and show them some love back, man. You guys are amazing. Seeing all you guys from every different place and every time I come across you guys, man, you guys show me love, and I try to show that love back. So yeah,
absolutely,
man, I can't wait for you to get here.
You're an amazing man. You're a great person. Every time I've seen you, you've talked to me. Like, just, you guys made me feel welcome. Once I wore the getup, the gear, and just like Captain Jack, you guys make me feel welcome and a part of the family, and I really appreciate everything you guys have done. I do.
You're a part of the family, man. Like I tell everybody, they say, "Oh man, I want to be a part of the nation," and I'm like, man, you are a part of the nation. As soon as you don that shield, man, you're a part of the nation, man. As long as you're rooting for the same team I'm rooting for, your family, bro.
That's right. Absolutely. It's not all about like, yeah, some of us do what we do. We wear what we wear, but you bleed silver and black and you rep that shield every day of your life, 24/7, 365. You family to me.
There you go. Now I got you all in here. I got you all on here because I wanted, and we've already delved into the subject about Russell Wilson. So we're not going to beat that dead horse because that horse is so dead. It's going to be wind up in a butcher, it's going to wind up in a butcher shop tomorrow. Okay, it's so dead.
It's dead, man. That's dog food dead.
That's right. But I got 3 of you guys on here, and I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked a Taco, and that's his nickname, by the way. That's not me being a racist son of a bitch again, because I already made my joke about you can't free food in a Chinese restaurant. I know that's an old joke, and I got to retire that.
Captain, you drive me nuts. You're funny.
But that is Taco, so that's what they call him. So I got 3 of my brothers on here as well, and I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked Steve Taco Chirinos. You are the general manager. You are sitting right there with Mike Mayock. What is your priority in free agency and your priority in the draft? You can give me a position. You very rarely the people come out. Now I know that my boy Jason Dean loves Joker out of Notre Dame, so I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag there. You can't pick him. You can't pick him because no. It's too easy. It's too easy. You're gonna have to pick somebody else. See, I'm gonna make.
I got my number 2.
I'm gonna make you think. So again, I'm gonna start with you, Mob Boss. Your priority in free agency. See, I know these. I actually pay attention to people. I know things. Okay, Bob. What's your priority in free agency and in the draft? And I'm going to go to Scream. Scream, you're going to be 2. You're going to need to tell me about free agency and the draft. And then I'm going to start with. I got to have Jason Dean last because I know it's going to be a dissertation. Bob. Go ahead, brother. Talk to me.
I want to say that you asked me this question about the same time last year and during the draft last year, and I'm gonna be exactly the same. I'm gonna be exactly the same as I was last year, because I felt like we fell short last year during free agency. We fell short during the draft. We need a better defense. Our secondary is not the best. That's where I think Mayock needs to focus his attention, on the secondary of defense, because when you get past that second tier, man, we're getting burned in the backfields. Our safeties are slow. We're just having a big issue there. So we've already beefed up our offense. We got some major weapons on the offense as far as receivers, and the running game. It has done extremely well this year, and it's going to do well again next year. So for me, it would have to be the defensive side of the ball in the secondary.
Okay, and I'm going to throw it out again, and this is another key point. And I appreciate, Steve, you were calling earlier, and I couldn't get you on, and we'll get Steve on later as well. Everybody's talking about J.J. Watt. Okay, are you for or against J.J. Watt? I'm going to come out and say honestly, no, I don't want J.J. Watt on the team.
Okay, okay, this is where I'm going to say this. Mad Max needs some help. He needs some help. He can't do all of this. You know, he's a great player, but he can't do it all by himself. He can't make the pass rush and do all that all the time by himself. So, yeah, I would love to have somebody to assist him, but J.J. Watt is not our guy. The problem with the Raiders are we tend to go after individuals who have already made a name for themselves and they're on their way out. Okay. Right. So he's on the downslope of his career. We don't need to bring him here so he could give us a half a year of nothing and then walk out with a bunch of money. So why put our stock into somebody that he's already done his biggest work? His biggest work is done. He's not going to come to the Raiders and just be this big impact guy. I know everybody's, oh, well, J.J. Watt. He's just a big name. But we've done that before. Agreed. We've done that time and time again. We go after Woodley. We go after big names who are at the end of their career. Here we just had we picked up from oh my gosh, from the Cowboys, and then here at the end of the season, Jason Witten, and then at the end of the season, he really didn't give us much during the season, and now he's going to retire. Why are we going to continue making the same mistakes over and over again by going and get veteran players who are on their way out the door, paying them big money to come and do nothing? It's almost like we're a retirement farm for these people to come and cash out and then go sit down at home and we're paying the bill. I don't like it.
And I like what Logan said here as well. Like I said, some guys that want to play here. That would be an addition that Gus Bradley needs. Again, you got to fit the pieces to the parts, to the puzzle, to the man. And Bradley's defense would be a great play. Leonard Williams wanted to be a Raider from jump when he was playing at USC, and we didn't get him, but now he's available. Okay, and he's got a motor on him, and I'd love to see him here again. And that safety, Williams from the Saints, we've already been targeting him allegedly. I say allegedly because remember, everybody in the NFL is going to be a Raider, according to the publications. You can get every publication and just go through them all, and everybody that's a free agent is going to be a Raider. And I guess that we're going to pay them all $1 each, because if you get everybody on the team, they're only going to cost $1.
Or we are one of the teams they're looking at coming to. Like the Russell Wilson thing. Russell Wilson's owed $40 million. He's not coming to the Raiders, everybody. He's not coming to the Raiders. No matter what anybody says, I don't care what these so-called experts say, Russell Wilson is not coming to the Raiders. Enough said. Done with that.
Okay,
yep, thank you.
Scream is late. By the way, I like that setup there, Scream. That's good. Okay, and Jared, give us a call in a little bit when the screens go down. I'd be more than happy to have Jared give us all a call. Scream, what's your tone on this? Who do you want in free agency, and who do you want in the draft?
Well, you had spoke. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you, brother.
It's not Scream, you know what I'm saying? But y'all was talking about the draft, and you said Damon King he can't get his linebacker out of Notre Dame, right?
Yeah, Joker.
Okay, so
Now,
I'm gonna take him. I'm gonna pick him before Jason King get his chance to even get a draft pick. I'm gonna pick him
Long as
because
he's a Raider. Long as he's a Raider.
yeah,
okay.
as long as he dons on the silver and black, I mean, stay longer than 4 years, 5 years. Just like, I the energy that the Giant fan, the license plate dude that y'all was talking with, like, he's pretty cool and everything, but like, he ain't a Raider. That's why we do this, because we got the camaraderie, we family. We do this like, over the dining room table, you know what I'm saying, playing dominoes or whatever. But I'm gonna take that linebacker. We need somebody that's being able to cover Kelsey and sack Mahomes at the same moment. You know,
Okay,
you gotta bring that complexity to this type of game, because football has changed and we changing with it. But we the Raider Nation, so our overall thing is just win based. So if a person comes with that mentality, we pick the right person in the draft. You know.
Okay, now hold on to draft. And by the way, like I said, LPG is cool with me. Like I said, so he's definitely like an honorary. He's honorary silver and black because again,
Yeah, no,
You
that's
almost
cool.
sound like a Raider fan talking tonight.
He was coming with some stuff, bro, and then he had his collection, and you can
Okay.
see he didn't start yesterday.
Okay, now wait a second. I got Joseph Pratt on the line. Joseph, thank you for calling in, brother. And who we representing there, Joe?
I'm representing Miami Dolphins.
Okay, well, I got another Dolphin fan in here. There you go. Okay, and again, thanks for calling in, brother. Again, lots of family in here. Like I said, now, and at least I'm wearing the right color scheme. I might not have the hat on, but I'm wearing the right color scheme. It's all silver and black.
Jeepers. Man.
So, Joe, and I asked this with Taco as well, and I'm gonna.
I've heard it. I've been watching. I know what you were talking about. My opinion with the whole Miami Dolphins is their defense is great. They don't need to get rid of Xavier Howard. Just get JJ Watt. We are good without him. It's mainly we need to focus on a wide receiver, a running back, and the rest is offensive line, and that's my honest opinion.
Okay.
Look at Tua. Look at everything Tua, he did good, but you need to remember that, he did short passes because the offensive line wasn't that great. So, excuse me. So, I personally believe that we need to focus on the offensive line.
Okay. Okay. Now, Mr. Pratt, and I know that you're not Luke. Are you the other gorilla? Because there's two gorillas. There's Luke, and then there's the other gorilla. And Becky wants to know if you're the other gorilla.
It don't matter.
I only know one gorilla in the whole NFL fan base.
Okay.
Throwing that shade out there.
Hey,
That's
you know
what
what, hey, the only reason I didn't say that is because I know Luke personally, and that's my boy. So
I was gonna say, because here's the thing, and folks, hear me out.
But you know the world's most famous gorilla is our gorilla.
I got that.
Luke, you're my boy, but you a carbon.
But now, hear me out, okay? Because I get into this with Captain Tim of the Buccaneers, Tim Young, and Tim Young, exactly. Tim Young is in the PFUFA. He is in Elite Superfans, and he is a long-standing fan with his captaincy. And I tell him, I said, Tim, I am the captain of Raider Nation, of Raider Nation. I said, if you ask anybody in Raider Nation who the captain is, I would hope that they would say me.
You're going to say Derek Jeter.
Or Derek. Well, Derek Jeter. But so that's why I said. Now, Luke is a gorilla, and again, Luke will tell you. Like I said, I think Mark's been a gorilla a lot longer than Luke has, and then the other guy. They can be gorillas, but there's the original, and then there's other gorillas. So I'll tell that.
Oh, hold on. Y'all talk about King Kong versus Godzilla, the new upcoming 2021 new release.
Godzilla, man. I ain't no King Kong. I'm the Godzilla.
Oh, okay. I thought because I go back to 1976, bro.
There you go. There you go. Fucking hell yeah.
Oh,
I gotta watch my language. I remember that.
Yeah. There you go.
Absolutely.
76.
Man, do your thing, bro. Hey, I'm proud of you, man.
But no, like I said, everybody's welcome in here because you don't know jack about sports until you're in this show. And like Mob Boss says, I will throw some things at you. And it's because I want to pick the mind. People don't want to just hear from me all the time, which is why I enjoy people coming on.
I don't care if you pick my balls out or whatever. You're the captain for a reason.
All right. Well, hey, and Mr. Pratt, I appreciate that. Like I said, now I need to ask, where's Miami picking in the draft, and who do you think is going to be available when you guys pick?
Nah, that's a good question.
Devonta Smith, absolutely. Him and Tua have a very tight chemistry with playing in Alabama. I think that should be our pick. Absolutely.
Okay, now Barmore. Did you say Barmore?
They also
Devonta Smith.
He won the Heisman Trophy winner.
I think he's not. I think he's too small, too skinny.
Oh. Okay. Well, Mr. Pratt, again, my hats off to you, brother. I appreciate you coming in on the show. It's always good hearing from everybody else.
Hey, thanks for having me, brother.
You got it. You take care. And make sure you text me so that I got your number and name in here so the next time you call, I know who's calling in.
You got it, man.
All right. Thanks again.
Thanks for having me again.
You got it. That's Mr. Pratt. And again, it's a packed house in here because you know it's going to be tough, but you gentlemen are still here, and I want to make sure. And Vicky's in there, so good. We got Vicky Hoare, so thank you, Vicky, for being in here. And again, thank you everybody for being here. There you go. Now, did we get everybody's? Because I know Mob Boss is the politician.
No, Demon. No, we Demon King. It's his turn.
Okay.
Still waiting on me, guy.
Okay, I'll just say it. Now you can't pick Joker because again,
I got my guys.
I picked him, and then Screen picked him. So there you go.
I got my guy.
Okay, go ahead.
Zaven Collins, linebacker, Tulsa. Here's the reason why. 6'4", can run a 4.5 40, can cover any, and I repeat, any tight end in the NFL on the hip. He's a tackling machine. He's very smart. I know he played at Tulsa, but Tulsa doesn't have really too strong competition, but Khalil Mack played at Buffalo. Remember that.
Who?
Don't
stop.
Can the brother bring down what's that boy name? Derrick Henry.
Smash Derrick Henry's head through his butt.
Yeah, the number 22 boy.
Yeah, Derrick Henry.
Okay. You gotta be able to cover like Kelsey and smash him. That's the type of defensive player we need right now.
In free agency, we are not going to go after the big names. Leonard Williams, I'd love for him to be a Raider, but he's going to want too much money. He's going to want at least $20 million a year. We can't afford that. We're going to go after Dalvin Thompson. That's who we're going to go after. We're going to go after Marcus Williams. I think we're going to throw our money at Marcus Williams because he's 24-year-old free safety. He can cover. and he can tackle. But here's another one that we're going to go after. Richard Sherman. Him and Gruden have a little thing. My boss, I know. But here's the reason. Let me give you my little thing about Richard Sherman. Because he's smart for one of the smartest men ever to play in the NFL. Smartest man. He's his own agent, and him and Gruden are buds. So he might take a team-friendly deal to help our kids out. We need someone that can train, like you said, to get these kids up. Damon Arnett, I'm not sold on him just yet. I'm not. Trayvon Mullen, I think he's going to be a very good corner, but he's still rough around the edges. Amik Robertson needs his chance to play. This year, it's going to happen without LaMarcus Joyner. We're going to release him.
Okay.
But
now I kind of agree with you on the Sherman deal only because him and Gruden are close, but he's gonna have to take a, as you say, team friendly deal. Because why throw that money at him? And Sherman's on his way out, right? But he would be a good leader. Yeah, a good guy to come in and kind of take these young guys under their wing and give them some direction. Man, to be honest, I would love to see Woodson come back and coach some of these guys.
Oh, that'd be great.
That was always my hope. That was always my hope that Woodson would say, you know what, put me in a defensive coaching position so I could work with some of these guys. But Sherman would be a good somebody that has the experience. He's been to the dance. He knows he's got a lot to offer. But like you said, he's going to have to take a team-friendly deal. We don't need to invest a lot of money in a 1 year, 2 year situation.
And we need a right tackle. We need a right tackle. If free agency is probably where we're going to get it, because I don't want to grab a right tackle in like the 4th round. There's not many that I've seen. There's a few. I mean, I love the Slater kid from Northwestern. I think he'd be great if he dropped to the 2nd round, but I doubt he's going to. He's going to go deep first. But we need a right tackle because Brown is gone. He basically doesn't want to be a Raider. He doesn't want to play football. Right. He got paid. And it stinks because he's a young kid. And you know what? He could have been a cornerstone for us. A cornerstone lineman. We loved him when we got him. And he came from that filthy team from Boston. And we still loved him.
But you got to want to be here.
Exactly.
And he has never shown. In fact, I'm still going to get Vicky Orr if I can ever afford it. I'm going to get Vicky Orr a brown jersey. It says Twitter and Twinkies, because that's all he was on. Because Vicky Orr loves Trent Brown. She loves him.
Well, that's got to be the thing, right? Because we've seen this time and time again. If you really don't want to be a Raider, I don't care what they pay you. You are not going to produce the way that you should produce. We've seen it with. I've seen some notes down here talking about AB. Prime example. Here you go with Trent Brown. Trent Brown, same thing. He didn't really want to be here. He ended up with us. He didn't want to be here. He ended up with us, and you've seen it in the play. He stayed hurt all season. When he was on the field, he didn't block. So if they don't want to be a Raider from the beginning, they're not going to give you what you need. I don't care how well they did with whoever else and all of this other stuff. When they come here, if they really don't want to be here, they're going to play like garbage so they could get out.
Yeah, Mob, how about him standing on the sidelines, not even talking or interacting with any of his teammates when he was hurt?
Because he didn't want to be there.
Unbelievable.
You have to create an environment to let them know, I don't want to be here. Get me out of here as soon as possible. And that's exactly what AB did. That's exactly what Trent Brown did. And you see both of them are gone. Now, what pisses me off the most is now we're probably going to get into some other stuff, right? AB did all this garbage, with the balloon coming in and all of this. You did all of that stuff, and you did it because you knew that was something that Gruden didn't approve of. So you started from the beginning to let him know you didn't want to be a part of this organization, and they got him out there as soon as possible. Then he goes and terrorizes the world, beats up women, breaks stuff, and does all these criminal acts, and then he ends up with Tampa Bay and gets a freaking ring. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
All they talk about in the NFL is about domestic violence and this, that, and the other thing. But this filthy piece of garbage out there, like you said, beating women, it's on record. And he wins a ring now? Really?
Yeah. And
Come on, man.
if you really check the story on his situation, right? He paid, or his legal team, they paid to defer all of his legal trouble until after the season was over, because they wanted him to. And the NFL was a part of that. People want to say it, but the NFL was a part of getting his legal issues pushed back so that he can finish out the season. And look at what happened. So here you're going to have somebody that's going to be wearing a championship ring, who possibly in the next couple of months, if he doesn't pay his way out of it, might have to spend some jail time. And they're keeping all of this stuff hush hush. It's very quiet.
He's going to be walking around. He's going to be walking around with the Jolly Ranchers on his neck and the Kool-Aid on his lips when he's in jail.
Time out. I want to hit that one. Logan Morris said that he was given another 8-game suspension. That's the first time hearing about that.
Well, you must have heard something I haven't heard, because I haven't heard about no 8-game suspension.
What's gonna happen next year then? He gets 8 games.
And they'll probably defer that. They'll probably waive the 8-game suspension. Okay, put it on record and say he did something. But you're not going to suspend a guy that's on a championship team for 8 games. Not going to happen.
No, because Tom Brady's going to tell them so.
Okay, gentlemen, I love you. I do. And I'm gonna let other people. I'm gonna let other people pop in, because I know you guys got to go as well. And like Joe was saying, I'd be on here till 3:00, but I actually got to do my weekly activity report for work, because I got to do something for work as well. So I will do that after the show. But again, I salute to the mob boss. I salute to the Demon King, and I salute to Mr. Raider Scream. And I thank you all for joining me on here again. Anytime
thank you for having us.
No. Anytime you want to come on, you know, I'll put out the word too. And again, I apologize for keeping you backstage, but I got to go with the flow of things. And
it's all good.
Hopefully I didn't get you guys too upset at me. It's like, God, GD, freaking Captain Jack, GD. You notice I've toned that down a bit. I want to make sure I can get monetized. So again, thanks again. And again, gentlemen, stay in touch, and again, we will have more shows. Feel free to pop in. Tell everybody that the Captain Jack, he's not gone yet. I'm slowing down a little bit in the off season, but as things pick up, I want you guys to know as well, the new show that I'm going to have is the Captain and his wenches. So I will be joined by some very, very knowledgeable ladies. And by the way, that's the title that they said that they wanted to have, and
that's what I like to hear.
I'm like, I know that I'm going to get a ration of crap about that. I'm going to say, no. They said
you're the captain. We're village. We're Raiders.
I get there, but you know what?
Float the boat, Captain. Float the boat. Come on now.
I got to make sure that it was amenable, and they said that's what they wanted, so that's the title of the show, The Captain and His Wenches. So I will be joined with some very knowledgeable ladies that are talking football, and again, the operative word is knowledgeable ladies that are talking football.
That's good. That's good, because there's some smart Raiderettes, there's some smart women across the NFL that know football just as much as any one of us. So, so that's a good deal, Captain.
Like I said, with Angria, with Kevlar prom dress, and with the DC wench, these ladies know football. So I can't wait we're gonna get some things in the offers. So when that happens, we will have another show as well. And Mike Madrid, thank you for being here. Vicky got another, and again, I've been doing this, and again, now we are up to 96. I see. I've been so busy having fun tonight, I forgot to mention that now we are up to where's my friggin' pen? We're up to 96 now. So once we get to 100, we will have enough people for that Captain Jack prize pack treasure chest giveaway of the captain's booty. Not my booty, but the treasure chest booty. And like I said, some of those things that are in there is the Damon Arnett jersey, the Fred Biletnikoff pick, the prize pack.
Freddie B, my guy.
Of the Jack Daniels Las Vegas Raiders.
I was looking at your wall back there, Cap. I mean, let me see, which one I want.
I got
Okay.
the Wilson whiskey that I'm breaking open this weekend.
That'll work. Good
So
stuff.
again, and Paul says, why not your booty? Only for the right lady, Paul.
Oh, one thing too, Captain. One thing. If we're allowed to be at the stadium for Dallas, I may have a surprise for a few of us.
Okay.
Yeah, we all going in that joker, bro.
We are taking Texas over. Just
Arlington,
like
we're ready.
Make sure you guys get out to Arlington. Oso's going to have a great event going on for a couple of days. There's a secret out there who might be the host.
I already know who the host is.
My boss, I moved down to Texas for this.
So man, you guys get out there to Texas.
I already know who the host is there, a certain person. I won't say any names either, but definitely go to Texas and enjoy the fun. And I will be there, and I will help the host out any way I can, providing I'm there, providing it's not another COVID-20. Oh, by the way, speaking of the big news,
he got the shot.
COVID shot number 1 today. COVID shot number 1 today. So
remember, the second shot is the chip.
Hey,
that's a whole nother show, man.
That's a rectal shot for you on the second one, right?
That's a whole nother show. Hey, let's put it this way: as a person that has had a few shots in other places, this one kind of feels like that GG shot that I got in my ass a few times in the Philippines. Let's put it that way.
Captain. That's a whole nother show too.
That's another show too, gentlemen. Again, I appreciate you being on. Oh, and Vicky, thanks for saying this. I'm going to put this on as well. Where is it? There we go. Make sure if you are going to Canton, make sure you get together with. I know Black Widow Amanda Bustos has some information. I know that Rhinestone Raider has some information. Get with these ladies and make sure you're there in Canton. I'm going to be in Canton.
I will see you there.
I'm going to be in Canton.
I'm going to be present too.
I want to make sure that we put in our three Raiders in the Hall of Fame. Our 3 Raiders. So we are going to be. Trust me, Canton's going to be silver and black. Make sure you're there.
It's going to be big. It's going to be big.
It's going to make Houston look like a child care.
One thing I did want to say though, by the way, is like I said, is if anybody is thinking about going to the draft, because it's been a lot of, I mean, it's kind of late now because they're thinking it's going to be virtual again. And that's probably reason why a lot of people haven't put out the word for the draft. I know 2022, it's going to be in Vegas, so I will be there for that draft. So hopefully things will be yeah. But again, if you're thinking about going to the draft, make sure you put the word out on a couple of the Raider boards, because if anybody goes, we will definitely make sure that we will consolidate our groups and have a good time out there if you are heading to Cleveland. And
I will be in Cleveland.
There you go. And if I head up there, I'll make sure I hang out with folks as well. But again, I gotta get out of in the environment. I'm still not at work, so I ain't going anywhere until I go back to work. You know, this is my work. This is my job right here. You know, I tell you what, it doesn't suck when you have to stay here to do telework. A lot of different people can have it.
I knew that was you calling me asking how my car insurance was. I knew that was you.
You crazy, man. Hey,
I went right over.
Pick up them unknown numbers, Captain. Goddamn, you already know my numbers, dog. Come on.
All right, gentlemen. Gentlemen, you guys take care. Come back in anytime. I'm going to hopefully go to the phone. If you want to be on the show, let me know, and I will give you guys the links. But again, gentlemen, thanks again for being here.
You're
Rob
welcome.
Boss, Demon King, and Scream. Thanks
Always.
again, guys. Appreciate
Always.
We'll see you guys during the season. Raider Nation for life.
All right.
Yes, sir. We'll see you, my brother.
All my brothers, all my sisters, all the nation.
All right. Thanks again there, Scream. And Mob, thanks again, Quan. Appreciate it.
You got it, brother. Anytime.
All right. Thanks again. And again, I will go to my I have to do this because that's just way too. Yeah, there you go. I gotta have that. I gotta have a second screen up because I don't want to inundate people with just a big screen of me. So again, I'm putting the word out again. If you want to call in, if you want to be on the show, in video. And again, thank you for LPG. Thank you for Mob Boss. Thank you for Scream. Thank you for Jason Dean. Thank you for all of those folks. I enjoy and I love having you here. So I need to get back to the comments. So I know I've missed a few. I thought I saw Savage out there. If you want to, I wanted to show the guns. Hey, I've lost a little bit of weight. So if I get back into the weight room, I might look a little better too. So, and I'm doing a good job. Love the logo. There you go. Appreciate guys. Again, thanks for being here. If you want to be on the screen, let me know. And thanks for Sarah being here. Love Sarah. Love Vicky. And anybody else. We had my lady Miss Yemen here. Veronica, my favorite Niner fan. And I'll throw this one up as well. Logan was talking about the COVID numbers for Vegas. Hopefully that'll go down. And there you go, Jason D. Thanks again. There we go. And Captain Jim is called Captain Crunch. Savage, get your ass in here if you want to be here. Again, we have 96 entries. I got Vicky Ginn is number 96. So if you want to get another entry in, again, you got to be on YouTube, and you got to put a super chat or a super sticker. And when we get to 100, then we're gonna spin the wheel. Now, here's something that I was thinking about doing. Okay, is I'm gonna have the winner. But I figure I'm going to do something as well, which I think would be nice, is we'll have the winner, and then the prize will come out. That the prize it's one winner, one prize, and there's a lot of prizes. As the big prizes go, then they will be replaced. But one other thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to pick, because we have 100, I'm going to pick 10 people after that. And they're going to be like, I'm going to call them holdovers. So they're going to be 10 people for the next iteration. And I think I'll probably go down to 50. I think I'm going to go down to 50. So, and I see Jared's calling. Good thing. Jared, how you doing, brother? Good to have you on here. What's going on with you tonight? Jared.
What's going on, Jack? How you doing?
I'm good.
How you doing?
I'm good, brother. And thanks for calling in. Like I said, I like to have my folks call in. I also like to have my folks on screen. So we got a bunch of things going on. So Jared, talk to me tonight. Give us the Pittsburgh report for the evening.
Well, unfortunately, the Penguins took one on the chin tonight against the Capitals. However, Chris Letang broke his fifth twice out, and the Penguins took a let's just say a bad downward slide tonight against the mighty Caps. But they still own the Caps this year. 4 out of 6 tries. I can't complain too much on that side. But, of course, the big story this week is Ben. I don't know why he is saying I'm coming back for one more year. It is not worth it. I am not very happy about that. It makes me not very happy at all. Yeah. And I was telling you, and he's owed what? It's like 20 or 40. I know it's at least 20 million. I think it was 40 million, wasn't it? It was 41 million, but I think he's going to get between 15 and 20 this year, however. So, and then, I've been looking at all the mock drafts. I've been hearing a lot of people say that they want to get apparently Mac Jones. They want to get Najee Harris. I don't know. If you're the Steelers right now, sitting at 23, what do? Do you move up in the team tower and get team get the best available kid? Who's out there right now? I don't know what they're going to do. I really don't know what they're going to do.
Okay. And again now, and again, Jared, I will be seeing you in Pittsburgh. I know that Eddie Winchell and I have plans to definitely go to Pittsburgh, so we're looking forward to that.
We'll definitely catch up for sure. You'll be welcome.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the Berg.
For sure. And obviously, if you ever get on out and see get another Raider Nation event, like I said, I mean, if you can get over to New York, you know, and hang out with us in New York, you know, it's only a.
I was telling Eddie Winslow too. I'll tell you what. I saw that Raiders special the other week, last week on Davidson Pete Rozelle. That was probably one of the best documentaries I've seen in a long time. I enjoyed that.
Okay. Oh, by the way, I got to look because Vicky says she had 2. Okay. $5, Vicky. $5. There you go. Okay, $4.99 and 2. Okay, so that's 5, 6, 7. You need another 3, Vicky. If you do another 3, then that's 2. That's why I wanted to make sure.
Listen to Max Jones. I'll tell you right now. I'm looking at CBS Sports right now. Their mock draft as of today. Ryan Wilson, Josh Edwards, Chris Trapezo, however, and there's going to be a lot of trades of wheeling and dealing in this first round. And right now they're saying that possibly Jones could be the first pick at 13. They're saying some people are saying Alex Leatherwood, the offensive lineman from Alabama. Some people are even saying the kid from Tulsa, that Devon Collins, a linebacker. So I don't know what they're going to do in the first round. I mean, if I'm Pittsburgh, I would go with Jones in the first. And like I said, if you want a big bruising running back in the second round, go after Harris, hopefully, from Alabama. Take the 1-2 punch right out of the gate.
Okay. No, Vicky, I'm looking. It's $4.99 and $2.99. You need another $2, honey. Yeah.
Now, one report I'm looking here at these other drafts. Josh Edwards has apparently, I'm looking at the Raiders draft. He has Devontae Smith going at 17, and he thinks Kevon Jenkins out of the offensive line would be at 24, while he's taking Pete Prisco. He's got the kid Howard Jeremiah Awantu for Amar, whatever his name is, Howard, the linebacker for Notre Dame. I'm telling you right now, if I'm the Raiders, Howard, in the first round, I am looking, Howard, maybe possibly at maybe Travis Anthony, the kid from Wisconsin, the running back. They want to get an extra running back and get some speed with Jacobson. However, this would be a good pick, 17, I feel. Okay. Now again, and I know that's one because as you know, that is Jason Dean's boy. You know, Joker. That's what I call him. It's a little bit easier to say. And he's a fantastic linebacker. And then obviously Jason Dean was also talking about that linebacker from Tulsa, just in case he's not there. But I mean, as long as you get a flyer in that position, and what I mean by a flyer is obviously a tackling machine, somebody that's going to be big and dominant. And I really say that it's got to be defense. And oh, by the way, if you pick up an extra pick, let's say the Raiders trade down and they pick up an extra pick, then maybe you could take a flyer on a quarterback that you like. Like I said, if Kyle Trask is there in the second round, if you picked up an extra pick, that's when you take him. Or there are other quarterbacks that might be available that, you know, have gone through the process there. I mean, I know that Wilson's going to be gone. We all know that Jones is going to be gone. We also know that the kid from Clemson's going to be gone, Lawrence. Yeah. So, but there are other quarterbacks that are going to be available, and I think Trask, if you trade back and acquire some picks in the second round, or maybe if he drops to the third round, that's when you start going after people like Kyle Trask because the Raiders need a good quarterback to groom, and I firmly believe that for sure. And in fact, that's why I think if he doesn't become a Raider, then the Steelers would be stupid not grabbing Trask. Yeah, right. I'm looking here. I mean, like I said, the two guys I'm talking about, I'm looking in Tulsa, one kid from Tulsa. I'm looking at his stats here. He's 6'4", 260. However, that's Davon Collins, the linebacker, number 23. I think he was involved in that whole brawl that happened at the bowl game. And then Oklahoma State, Kevon Jenkins, however, who's 6'6", 320. He's an offensive lineman. So I don't don't know what they're going to do, but like I said, I'm looking at all these mock bets. One person I think that is going to be a real big stud to watch in the NFL draft, obviously, is going to be kid from Penn State, Parsons. Parsons. I mean, I watched him in high school. He's really good. He's decent at Penn State. I think he's going to have in the top 10 somewhere.
Yeah, and a lot of people are talking about Parsons as well. And I want to make sure, Vicky, yes, you're good. You are squared away. You are good to go, Vicky. And I just because people would bitch that I said, hey, why did she get an extra one when she only had like $2.99? And I like I said, I want to make sure nobody comes after me because I love my Vicky, I love my Vanessa, I love all my V girls, but just want to make sure. So 96 and 97. So we're 3 away. When we get to 100. When we get to 100, we're going to pick a winner. Now, I'm going to do a whole show on that, so people will be able to see. Oh, I'm sorry, Jared. Don't worry. This won't count against you on time. But we're gonna have a winner. But I also am going to pick 10 people. 10 people that'll have like a holdover that if they didn't win, because again, it's been such a long time, they're going to be 10 people on the next round for 50. So it's going to be 50 plus the 10 that are holdovers. And by the way, if you have like a multiple picks and like Vicky has multiple picks, let's say that Vicky gets an extra pick, then that'll be 1. Now, if let's say Vicky's came up again, I'm just going to allow 1 extra one per person as an extra. So this way we'll have another people will be there. And this way I'll have 10 people with 10 picks with the 50 the next time that we do it. I think that was a nice thing to do because, again, they've already done it once. So I want to make sure I put it out there as well. And
now, from other days I've been hearing here, I'm looking here, however, from what I see, they have Joker already being picked in New England 16 according to CBS. Now, they also think the Raiders should go after Christian Barmore, the defensive lineman from Alabama, 6'5", 310. But I'm looking at someone like maybe the defensive lineman from Michigan, Hayhart, 6'4", 272.
Yeah.
I think he's pretty good. But I'll tell you the guy I really think that the Raiders, like I mentioned his name, he's from the University of Pittsburgh, is Rashard Weaver. Weaver is pretty good. I think he can fall the Raiders left maybe in the first round, if not into the second round. But I think a lot of people are going to be high, I think.
Yeah, I said I've seen a lot of drafts. I've seen, Barmore. I've seen, like I said, Parsons. I've seen Joker. There's a lot of people that are going to be available at 17. And I've even seen where God forget us. Oh, okay, Eddie Winchell's in for, so we're up to 98 now with Ed Winchell with $4.99. So there we go. $4.99 for Eddie Winchell. Oh, if I have a pen that works, there we go. $4.99 for Ed Winchell. So once we get to 100, we'll have a show, and I will just do the drawing for the show. So we are up to 98 now with Ed Winchell. So we're 2 away. And again, this is not going to be on this show. I'm not doing it on this show. We will have a special show just for this. So there you go. And thank you there, Eddie Winchell. But again, we're gonna have the winner, and then I'm gonna pick 10 that they're gonna be thrown in onto the next edition. And I'm only gonna go to 50 next time. I'm still waiting on friggin' Google to send me my friggin' money. I have all these things, and I haven't gotten a dime, but that's okay. That's okay. Yeah. There you go. And yeah, I agree with Ed Winchell. Let's get the 100 tonight. It's only $5. It's only $5, Savage.
I'll get you out on this.
Okay.
I mean, we already know when to start. We've already seen that happen. We've seen Goff and Stafford going. Free agency's in a few weeks. Who's going to be the next, let's just say, person that is going to be
right?
Before free agency, who do you think is going to be the next person that's going to be finding something new home?
Oh, okay. Well, I think we got our 100. We got $10 with Becky. So there you go. Becky gets 2, 99 and 100. So we got our 100. So I will have a show with Becky. Becky has filled it out. So if you want to bring some more money into it, That's great, but you're going to be going on for the next round of the 50. There you go. Thank you there, Becky. To blow up again. What, Dogecoin? I don't know what that is. I don't know what Dogecoin is. Is that like Bitcoin? I don't know. But yeah, but again, I'm looking for a positive here. And again, I really think the Steelers, they got to go quarterback. And I think they just can't they just cut, Ben?
They can, yes. If they want you, yes, they can. They can do that. If they had that limited option, they could do so if they really don't so desire. But the way things have been going this week, I don't know. I really don't.
Okay. Well, again, I mean, it's the way of saying it. You know, we appreciate your service, but you know, you got to go.
Yeah, it's time for you to move on. Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, Doge is the broke man's version of Bitcoin. I don't know these things, so thanks for enlightening me. And then Eddie Winslow says, "Oh my God!" What? And it's Eddie Winslow saying that the Steelers want Ben Roethlisberger. I don't know. Why? Why would they want him? I don't get that. I don't get that.
I don't either, Howard. And I think right now, like I said, the big question is, Howard. I mean, you're not going to keep. You're going to kind of keep Rudolph. You're not going to keep what the hell is the thing? Dog. They've got to do something. They've got to do something. They've got to do something now, Howard.
Okay. Well, again, hey, Jared, always a pleasure. And again, Jared, anytime you want to come on camera.
I'm trying to work on that. I'm working on that. You know I am.
Okay. Like I said, you know you're invited.
All right. I'll be in touch with you soon.
All right. Hey, thanks again, Jared. Always good hearing from you.
You too.
All right. That's our Pittsburgh report with Jared. And we've gotten to 100. So tonight we had the 96 and 97 were Vicky with all of her travails with there were 3 allotments. Ed Winchell in at 98 with a 499, and Becky, big spender, Becky with the $10 for 100. So we're at 100. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, Asylum, I appreciate it, partner. Thank you for being here. It's not that you're late. And I tell you this because it's one of the things you learn as a Navy chief is that you weren't late. You were detained elsewhere. Okay. So you always have to say that. No. I'm not late. I was detained elsewhere. Okay. It's like you don't ever steal anything. No. You don't steal things. You acquire them. You see how that's a lot nicer sounding? You acquire them. Okay. Who's that? For the helmet? Is that your fringe is almost as long as my leg? Some of this is, I have no clue what this is. I don't know. The jokes are going over my head. So we're all here. I'm throwing the comments up, and yeah, it is the hair. Oh, I got mine in the ponytail. My next appointment. My next haircut is the 10th of March. Oh my goodness. Okay. I don't want to know. All right, folks, I'm gonna tell you this again. Unless I have a phone call, I'm going to be, because we're up against the clock. We got 5 minutes to go in the show. And again, we will be having shows again. We are at 100, and I will be making some announcements on that. It stopped. So we got our 100. We got our 100 people. Remember, we're going to have one winner, and then we're going to spin the wheel for one prize. Now, if the winner has one of those major prizes, we'll stop. We'll stop there. I might have a second spin. If it's not one of those major prizes. I actually got to get the prizes together, but because I don't know whether I tried to show my big box. I will take some pictures this weekend. I'm not. Oh, we got it. We got a call. We got a call coming in, and I'm going to take it. Savage, how you doing, brother? You are definitely the last call of the night. How you doing, brother? Savage.
Oh yeah, I think I missed being on your show. It's like, who are we playing this week?
That's an open line because I can always say we're playing ourselves, but then people would say I said we're playing with ourselves, so I can't say that on this line. But you know, we got a good amount of people here, and I haven't looked at the results. Hopefully, we had a good taskings over on YouTube. Again, we are on my YouTube. We are on the YouTube for the Northeast Streaming Sports Network. We're on my Facebook. We're on the Elite Superfans Facebook. We're on my other page. We got a lot of things going on, and I want to thank everybody for being here, and I would definitely want to thank Northeast Streaming Sports for letting me be a part of their family. Savage, it's been a while, brother. So again, has it been before Christmas was the last time I talked to you, right?
I believe so. Yeah, I think you had me on video.
Yeah, you were there on video. You were there on video. So catch us up? So I think did you finally get rid of all? Now you work for Brown, right?
No.
Oh, you work okay. You work for Red, White, and Blue.
I work for the federal, that very express.
Okay, yeah. I here. I'm doing this. You see me? I'm slapping my hand for saying Brown. I apologize. You work for FedEx. You work for the Red, White, and Blue people. Okay, so again, I will wash my mouth out with soap. I apologize. So, but again, the joke that I was going to make is that at least you're not part of the Postal Service, because the Postal Service still has mail that hasn't been delivered before Christmas. So, and then the Postmaster General was talking today about raising rates and being a better a functionary to compete with your crew, FedEx, and those other guys who he won't say, those brown people, and because it needs to go. So again, how have you been, sir? And again, we're glad that you're here, and you were slinging boxes and whatnot. It's always a pleasure having you here in the house. What's going on?
Well, it was funny when you said the brown people. I'm like, I'm brown, Puerto Rican. But we're both. Anyway, yeah, I work a new shift now. I'm afternoons to evenings, but it's not paying enough. So I think I might have to have a second outlet for money. So anybody, go to my OnlyFans called Savage Package. That is my OnlyFans. Just go in there. It's $5 per subscription right there. So
yeah, I got an OnlyFans page too. Yeah.
Oh, you do for real?
Yeah, I got an OnlyFans page. It's if you want to know about it, get with me on the IM, and subscriptions are only $50 a month.
Only $50.
Only $50 a month. So there you go, and it's well worth it. You will see. Remember, because you were the one that was saying that I was just showing my guns.
Yes.
Okay.
I see you're trying to advertise for your page. I see what you're doing there.
Yeah. I mean, there you go. I mean, this ain't bad considering that I haven't lifted in a while. It's not bad. I do have some nice. I just need to get them better. So there you go.
And then you add that to the dance moves you had at the beginning of the season, the tsunami. I forgot what I called it. The tsunami swing. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, I had to do that for my buddy, and he's another Giants guy. He's Sneaky G. I was on his show, and because people said you had to like twerk on his show, And so I was ready. I was ready for the twerking, but it was just I had to say go Giants, and I did that because I can say that when they're not playing the Raiders. I can say go Giants, but I said as long as it's not during Raider week, I can say that. So it's all good. So there you go. All right, yeah, Logan Moore, not bad, $50 for an OnlyFans page. There you go. So again, I want to ask you as well, there, Savage, and you're definitely going to be my last call of the night. I want to get out on this, and again, thank you for everybody being here. We got 100 participants in the Captain's Treasure Chest, and again, we'll have one winner, and I'm going to take 10 other people and put them in the next drawing. So it'll be the 50 plus the 10 will be eligible for the next drawing, which will be good. So we're good. But again, what are your major points? I'm asking Savage, the general manager. You're in there with Mike Mayock. Okay, the first thing that you want in free agency and the first thing you want in the draft. Go ahead and the floor is yours there, shipmate. Let's see it.
I would like a deep tackle that's going to go in there and knock some quarterbacks on their keisters. I'm going to keep it clean.
On their keisters. Hey, here's one Yiddish, tuchus. Say tuchus. Because they knock them on their tuchus. And in fact, you can do the guttural Yiddish, tuchus. It's like chachayim on their tuchus. There you go, on their tuchus. So there you go. They're knocking on their tuchus. So what else?
And I want a free. I want a free agent linebacker. I don't know who yet because I don't know who's going to be leaving yet. I have to do my study for this coming up season. But I need a linebacker that's going to be back there, kind of like Bowen. Bowen was for that one season that we had him a couple years ago. Someone that's just going to come in there and just take charge. I feel like that's what we're missing on the defensive side. Is we're missing somebody to take charge of the unit. There's no real defensive captain, no defensive quarterback, and that's what we're missing. We haven't had one of those since Bowman was the one season, but we really didn't have any of that since I think why am I forgetting his name from
Are you talking about when you're talking about Burfict. You're talking about Burfict. When Burfict was there in Paulie G's system, Burfict was kind of like that defensive captain. Are you talking about somebody else?
No. I'm going a little bit backward. I'm forgetting his name. He got drafted by the Raiders. Big Raider fan from San Diego. Then get traded to the Bills. I'm forgetting his name.
Ooh, went to the Bills.
Number 52, I believe. Talking like 2006.
He wore 52. You're talking about Morrison?
Morrison, Kurt Morrison, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Kurt Morrison.
Since him, like after that, like we just had a whole bunch of revolving door linebackers in our defense since for that part of the decade. And now it's just been kind of, So that's what I want. I want a linebacker that's gonna put people on their place, and I want a deep tackle that is hungry and wants to just go in there and just wreak havoc. I don't know why our D tackles are too scared. I don't know if they're asking for permission, if they can pass on by or whatever. I don't know what's going on because they're big dudes down there, but I don't know why they can't get a push. So we need somebody, a linebacker back there, to kick them in the air.
Tuchus. In the Tuchus. There you go.
Get through there and cause havoc. That's what I really want because our offense is pretty well. I mean, I know Agler might be gone due to his high price tag at $11 million. We have Edwards coming up. Hopefully, he can blossom the next season with Henry Ruggs. But defense is our main issue. It's been our main issue for a long time.
Yes, it is.
And with the new D coordinator coming in, I'm hoping. I mean, he had success throughout the league, with the Legion of Boom up there in Seattle. no one's that. I know he was down there in San Diego, LA, whatever they call the Chargers down there, whatever. No one thrives in wearing Chargers like that. No one thrives down there.
That's why I call them the garglers. I
call them dead batteries.
Okay, dead batteries. Yeah.
They don't charge. You got to put them in a freezer or whatever.
Yeah, they're dead batteries.
I want a deep tackle and I want a linebacker. You can't really judge the secondary really because they had the quarterback had no pressure, so he was able to sit back there and pick apart our secondary. When you get like 20 minutes back there to throw the ball, I mean, your DBs are going to get tired chasing around the receivers and tight ends or whatever. And I just feel like Gunther's system last year and the last 2 years just put everybody out of place. Didn't he say he don't believe in linebackers? What is that about?
No. I never said I don't believe in line. I said that.
No, Gunther said that.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, the Raiders haven't believed in linebackers in the last 30 years, man. I mean, because there's been tight ends running across the middle. I still think that. Let me get a really old tight. Here, I'll go one. Do you remember Russ Francis? Russ Francis played for the well, I'm going to call them the Patriots because they weren't the Cheatriots then. They were the Patriots. Russ Francis played for the Patriots way back when Jim Plunkett played for him the first time. Okay, so there you go. I think that Russ Francis could probably get open over the middle against this defense because there is no linebacker that's going. And by the way, he's older than me, so he's probably in his 60s. Okay. So again, if you can't stop a tight end and you haven't been able to do it in 30 or 40 years, you need to do something about that, which is why Jason Dean, aka Demon King, is very high on Joker Owasu, I believe. And then there's the other kid out of Tulsa. We do need a linebacker, and we need to make sure that Littleton is in a development stage where he is worthwhile. We need to make sure that Kwiatkowski has somebody on the other side. And, we need to make sure our linebackers are good to go. We need push up the middle, and we're going to need that. And we need another defensive end. And obviously we need to improve in the back four. So we still need about two pieces. We need 6 players right there, 2 on the D line, a linebacker or 2, and another safety and cornerback. We still need 6 pieces, and I think we need to get them all in free agency and the draft. We need at least 6 new players from those portions right there in order for even think about being a good football team. And 8-8 is not a good football team. 8-8 is mediocre.
Do you believe that the defense was a subject to less talent or just bad coaching that had everyone out of position? Or is it a combination of both?
No, I think that the defense was too much for the players that we had. We needed it was Gunther's defense was very cerebral, and they didn't allow the people to actually go play. Okay. And you saw that even when Marinelli came in there and took over, when Paulie G was finally fired, that they played a lot better because they were playing on instincts within a scheme. So I think that you need to have a better defense, and I think Bradley's going to give us that. Now, Bradley is not going to bring the Legion of Boom Part 2, okay? No, but he's going to allow the players to play within their parameters, within their capabilities, and that's all you can ask. Is a defense that will allow the people to play. And that's what the Legion of Boom started as, because they had a lot of young kids in Seattle when he was their defensive coordinator out there. And he said, we needed a defense that will allow the players to play immediately. And that's what we need to have happen here.
Yes, I always believe when I used to play high school football, one of the things that, when I started coaching, I was, just trying to make it, we had this thing called keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
Know your assignment and just play football. When you think too much, you lock up because you're trying now not to make a mistake, and now you just have to tight end go way down the field, and Kelsey's over here wide open, and whoever else is in the. I think we don't really have too many tight ends in the West like we used to. Just us, Waller, and Kelsey and KC. And I don't think Kelsey. I think he's starting to decline. So we should be able to kind of keep control of that part.
Wait a second. You got Hunter Henry. You got Fant. You know, yeah, you got Hunter Henry on the Garglers, and you got Fant, and they got another tight end as well, the Komet. You know, Broncos got at least two or three really good tight ends. So, you know, don't forget about them. Hunter Henry, you know, everybody forgot about Hunter Henry because he's been injured. So again, don't forget that there are a lot of good tight ends in the West, and we need to make sure that we account for them. Hey, Savage, I'm going to get you out on this. I appreciate you being here, brother. And as always, and Ed Winchell has to run too. So good seeing you there, Ed Winchell. And thanks for being here again. You can be on screen with us another time as well there, Savage, again, because I know that you got to get some more people for your OnlyFans page.
You know, you're trying to make that extra dollar. Gotta make it holler.
Work hard for the money, man. Just like Q Donna Summer. There you go.
Free your mind and the rest of the world.
There you go. Yeah, and you're throwing up the Oakland girls because I know they're from Oakland.
Hey.
See, I know these things.
Represent over here, you know.
I know. I tell you, I know about where they are. In fact, I got that album. Great. That I can't remember their names, but they're Oakland girls, and I got that album on CD.
That's in Vogue. Is it in Vogue?
I think so. Yeah, I got the album. I know the really good album. Free Your Mind. There you go. Hey, thanks again there, Savage. We'll see you up on there. And like I said, I still got it. I still got your auto pin right here. Make sure that I remember to bring it out for the event, so I make sure it goes right from my hand to yours.
All righty, Captain. Good talking to you and good hearing from you. And can't wait to do the show again. Oh, yeah.
You got it, brother. You take care of yourself.
All right, you too.
All right. That's Raider Savage. Always good hearing from him. And again, we're gonna head on out. I appreciate everybody that came on tonight. Like I said, we started out with license plate guy, LPG of the New York Giants fan base. Great guy. And I can't wait to have him come out with Raider Nation for the events that we have out here. Remember, we have 100 people that are signed up now with their donations to super chat, super sticker. So we have 100. So we're gonna get that. Don't worry, I'm gonna get that together. I'm busy, but I will have that out by the weekend. I will have the all of the people that are on the board for that, and I will have the prizes figured out. Because again, I'll take pictures too. But remember, the three main prizes we got going on is a Damon Arnett jersey, the Fred Biletnikoff signed picture, and then the Jack Daniels what do you call it, the prize pack. And I want to make sure that gets to the right people if and when it gets picked up. So we'll see that. Now again, we might do 2 winners if the first person that we draw doesn't get a major prize. Okay, because we have 100 people. So I'm willing that if the first person it doesn't get a major prize, then I'll spin again. We got 100. So I'm going to do that. But again, also after that, I'm going to pick 10 people that are going to be thrown over into the next prize drawing. They're already in there. But again, we're going to get another 50 as we go. Remember, you keep adding to the super chat and the super stickers, and those prizes are going to be there. So again, thank you for being here. It's been wonderful. And I was going to say, Logan, sure. And that's why I gave you the link, brother. I'd like that. Join in as a guest. Yeah, for sure. Make sure you tell us about that tour tomorrow. And by the way, Logan, tell them I will come out there when I can get out there. I will come out there when I can get out there. And thanks again for doing that. Hey, Logan, remember if you're walking around Vegas and you were going into the hotels, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We were talking about that in the off season. A little bit of the twisting of the knife there. Again, thanks again. We had a good time tonight. We had some good people in here. Thanks again for being here. Thank you to Northeast Streaming Sports Network for having me on. Thank you for joining me on YouTube. We'll be here again. Look for this show. You don't know jack about sports. Remember, there will be another show with some great knowledgeable ladies. The Captain and his wenches will be debuting that sometime soon when the ladies get with me and say, this is what we're going to do and when. I'm all on it. So we'll do that. So let's see what Logan said. Okay, good. I'm glad you haven't forgotten, brother. Thanks again. Folks, take care. We're gonna head on out. I'm gonna start stripping things out of here. And we'll go right now. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.
You're listening to the Captain Jack Sports Show on Northeast Streaming Sports.